Hey everyone, Ben here again for Real Estate, the Winners Playbook. Today, we're going to be sharing a little bit of time with Glenn from BPI, covering a couple of typical areas that come up during a building and pest inspection. So today we're here with Glenn from BPI. Glenn, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Thanks for having a chat with us.
Oh, no worries at all.
So basically what we wanted to cover today was we get a lot of questions in the industry when we're selling property for whether it be a vendor question or a buyer question. And obviously building and pest inspections is one of those things that comes up. Yeah. So you want to give us a bit of information about what you do and what's a day like in the life of Glenn?
Well, when I first start off, when I first get to the property, the first thing I do is obviously look at the house, see what sort of structure it is, if it's brick veneer, colour-bond roof, if it's tiled roof, if there's any safety switches, if there's any termite barriers in place, and then proceed inside. Okay, so you basically get a full list of the features of the property and the way it's built and all that sort of stuff, and then you do an inspection based on, if there's something that's wrong with it, or what are you looking for? I'm looking for a lot of things when I started building pest inspection. The first thing I look for is obviously if there's any current barriers in place around the outside. Yeah. If there's no current barrier around the outside, then we can move into the next phase of the inspection and then start looking around the internal part of the house. Okay. Check the meter box for safety switches, that sort of thing.
Cool. All right, so when you get inside the property, what's the sort of process then?
The first thing I look for when I'm inside the property is the type of floor coverings. Yep. If it's ceramic tile, if it's carpet. Yep. Then I look if there's any smoke alarms in the correct position, up hallways where people sleep. And then once I've done that, I then proceed to start tapping architraves, skirtings, window reveals, looking for any termite damage, any weather damage to the architraves or skirtings or window frames. Make sure that all the sliding windows slide, open and shut, that the rollers are in good condition, tracks are in good condition. Yep. And then once I've done all that, I start looking at moisture side of things, in the way of leaking taps underneath benches, if there's any moisture around showers, check that all cabinets, drawers and cupboards are all working correctly. Okay. Check that doors aren't binding. Right. All that right through the house, make sure locks, hardware and that on the doors are working all correctly as well.
So moisture and termites, that's, obviously a big thing for people, especially buying a home, is making sure that it's as termite free as possible. Is that something that you see a lot of, or?
Yes, we see a lot of moisture in around the showers. This is due to a lot of grout or silicone not sealed properly around the showers, right. Or could be from leaking combo in the shower, combo tap, yep. Or flick mixers could be leaking behind the wall sheets, right, which then is a conducive condition for termites, because termites are attracted to the moisture.
If you find, because you've got a building background as well, so you haven't just learned all this stuff through a textbook, you've actually got hands-on building experience as well. So when it comes to actually documenting things that you may find, it's not, do you just write it down, or do you actually help people go through what could fix it, or how does that work?
Yes, I write all the evidence down, take photographs of what I can take photos of, yep. And then because I've been in the building industry since 1990, December 1990. Wow. I then can talk people through the application to the way of fixing it the most easiest way.
Right, so I have seen some of your equipment around. You've got some pretty cool gadgets. What are they used for?
I've got a moisture meter, which I use the moisture meter to check if there's any moisture around bottom of shower trays, around showers, also around window frames, all that sort of thing, because the moisture will attract the termite. Yep. And I also use a thermal imaging camera as well, which detects moisture and heat.
Right, okay, so that's a lot of the inside covered. How about the outside? Because I believe you do the pool inspections as well.
Yes, I check that all pools is in compliant to the current standard.
Beautiful.
I also go around the outside making sure that there's no cracks, feed sheets, make sure there's no rusted gutters, make sure that all timber decks are up to regulation, make sure there's no rot in the timber decks.
Yep.
Handrails are nicely secured and not going to fall out on inspection. Also check for all cracking and structural issues to the brickwork.
Wow. So that sounds pretty in depth. How long does a normal inspection sort of take?
Because I work on my own, a normal inspection would take around an hour and a half.
Okay.
An hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yeah, and you're always pretty booked out, so you're about a week to 2 weeks ahead normally?
Yes, usually a good 7 to 10 days in front of myself.
Okay, cool. So people, if they want to get something done, do you do any sort of pre-inspections maybe for people that are thinking about selling, but they've got some areas that they're not sure whether it's going to pass or not? Do you go out and do any inspections like that to help people make a decision before they go on the market?
Oh yes, I go out there and have a look.
Yeah.
If they've got any major concerns, I'll go up and have a look and explain and tell them how to rectify the problem.
Fair enough. All right, so we've covered a bit of stuff there with Glenn. Everything from the outside, the inside, the pool, and the full report, and if there's something that comes up, how you can best tackle that. So what we'll do is if anybody wants any information from Glenn, there'll be a link below, and you can get in contact with Glenn and go from there.
No worries at all.
Beauty, thanks for your time, Glenn.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.